Hello everyone and welcome to What's in the Update. I'm BCP Rail. Let's get right into it because it's quite a big one. Starting off with Class 805 on Birmingham. Let me just get us set up. Oh. There we are. Naughty. Turn that off. There we go. Slap that on. Yes! The fix of TPWS and AWS message! Woohoo! Improved timetable stability and reliability across multiple services. Interesting. That shouldn't be like that on the buttons. We are under wires, so put the wires up. And let me just. There we go. Performance optimizations to reduce crashing and help reduce crashes and memory issues. Added settings for reduced timetable on all platforms to improve performance. Added and corrected a number of Avanti and London North Western Railway services. Reduced the frequency of certain fault events. Improved Class 805 speed limit behaviour. It's the first time I've driven out of it. Improved weatherglass / mark visuals. We won't see that because it's not raining. Fixed issues with brakes and AWS and TPWS operational self-test sequence. Fixed several services count, routing, timing and destination display issues. Fixed a propulsion changeover issue that would cause crashes. Developer notes. As part of optimization work across all timetables, in addition to the above notes, the Xbox Series S timetable will be reduced to support optimal performance. Class 805 on the West Coast Main Line, London Milton Keynes timetable changes. This is on Series S only. Removed. No. Removed London Underground AI at Queen's Park. Removed Avanti West Coast non-stop AI services to Birmingham, Manchester and Glasgow. Removed a small number of playable 390 services at peak time. Class 805 Birmingham crew timetable changes. Removed static AI. Reduced AI crew such as Northern Transport for Wales and East Midlands train services. Removed some AI Avanti West Coast services between Stafford and Crewe. Yeah, no, we've still got Northern trains. Yeah. So, yeah, the timetable. Cardiff City commuter, fixed bogie placement and rotation on Class 150. Birmingham to Crewe. Improved overall performance across the route, including around Birmingham and Wolverhampton and Birmingham. Reduced blurry textures and improved memory. Added a variety of route-wide scenery fixes and general polish. Improved lighting in Sandwell and Dudley, and ramps at Paintbridge. Updated scenario designer pathing to ensure all paths work correctly. Fixed incorrect collision issues in several areas. Fixed various overhead electrification equipment gaps along the route. Fixed station announcements so terminating announcements now play correctly. Fixed issues affecting scenario completion so that scenarios are now fully completable. Yes, they are completable. However, you cannot get a gold or platinum on Unit Exchange, and it's been like that since release. Okay, so they are completable. However, you will not get a gold or platinum. Corrected scenario intro/outro messaging. Resimulated the timetable following track and service updates. That takes a lot of work. Fixed timetable related issues, including delays at Birmingham New Street and freight visibility issues. I'll look at that. Do you know what? Let's have a look at that right now. So we need to go to the timetable. Fixed services not displaying correctly on PIS boards. Fixed certain services with incorrect on-foot spawning. Various localization improvements for the in order to prioritise timetable optimization where it counts most. In addition to the above notes, rail tours have been removed from the timetable. RIP. Let's look at the. Pardon me. Let's check the 66s. Class 350 while I'm here. Added a Doppler effect for the class. Oh, hang on. I'll come back to that. I'll load in a 350. Oh, no, you haven't. No, freight's still balked. Yeah, let's take that for a spin. So class 350. Let's have a look at that. AWS, TPWS operational. That's Geordie, mate. Class 3 treated. Hello. Yeah, we've got Northern AI. Okay. So, Doppler effect on the horn. Oh, pardon me. Added Doppler effect on class 350 horn. Added a new tooltip for setting up the reverser in neutral in the class 350 SACI systems tutorial. Improved horn fade so it now fades correctly with distance. Improved suspension systems across the fleet. Reworked and optimized Class 350 texture sets to improve performance. Resolved objective issues Class 350 tutorial. Fixed an issue with the window textures flashing. Z-Flight? Oh, fighting. Cool. Oh, crumbs. Be right back. Just pick up my phone in before it dies. Fixed incorrect braking behaviour. Fixed issues with GSMR switching off unexpectedly. That's a great look at it, isn't it? Wah, womp womp. Womp womp. Updated train faults so they behave correctly and no longer appear when disabled. Fixed incorrect train animation issues. Corrected livery designer issue for 350-1 listing. Fixed seating issues where NPCs could occupy the same seat or players could sit in occupied seats. Fixed HUD flickering caused by suspension behaviour. Fixed faults not working correctly on supported units, and fixed AWS ramp issues. BR Class 390. Applied suspension improvements to improve overall behaviour and optimise textures on the train to improve memory usage. And that concludes everything but Birmingham. Great Western Express Remastered. Do we need to... No. Class 43 HST. Restored wheel squeal on the Class 43 when taking tight curves. Added track junction FUD sounds. Added rail driver support. Riviera line. Applied suspension improvements to improve overall behaviour. Great Western Railway Class 150 now appears in scenario designer correctly. Fixed inconsistency between vehicle number shown in game and in pause overview menu. Fixed an issue where an AI train could leave the map without ending the service. Added rail driver support with Great Western Railway 802. Fixed an issue on Service 1 Charlie 91 for Class 802 when brakes can only be released from the opposite cab. The Voyager applies suspension improvements to improve overall behaviour. Fix an issue with carriages overlapping when loading Service 1 Sierra 41 from Journey mode. Fixed an issue where AI trains PIS would not update when they took overall service. Updated AI train logic. East Coast Main Line applied suspension improvements to improve overall behaviour. Great British Railways Class 802 Unify suspension settings across all vehicles to ensure consistent suspension physics. Fixed incorrect train formation where the train was spawning in with 2 DPTS cars and no DPTF, which is driving pantograph trailer first and driving pantograph trailer second. Fixed fuel cap attachment point so fueling hose is now correctly. Rail pull Vectron. Now this is an interesting one because I didn't even know it was a thing. Sorry, just replying to a message. Journey mode, yes. Now, Vectron. Journey mode now loads correctly. I didn't even know Vectron had a journey mode on Castle. Wow. Fix various translation errors on the route. BR101 Expert Castle Gameplay Pack. Scenario evacuation AI throughout train now passes correctly through Wurzburg during logo setup. Stuttgart Heilbronn. Added line numbers to S5 depot moves at Brighton Game depot. Moves at Brighton Game should now show S5 Brighton Game. Added BR423 tutorial, journey chapter and scenario design information. There's no journey. Where's Stuttgart? No, there isn't. Oh yeah, there is, look. Let's learn how to drive, so I'm not going to bother with that. Oh wait, yeah, look, there's a whole new... I'll do that at some point. I'll do that next, actually, as that's Train Sim World 6 thing, and I don't need to run journeys for it. Added ZWS readings for KV and Ampere for standard ZWS locos and 145 experts. Fixed incorrect magnet type at Heilbronn Hauptbahnhof platform 4, so it now correctly triggers 500 Hz. Fixed main MCB and train line indicators for Wittenberger cab car. Train lights now work correctly for N-Wagen coaches. Dresden, Leipzig. Improved foliage, train paint, missing buildings across multiple tiles. Restored iconic view of the Niederwarte hydro plant by removing obstructing trees. PZB magnets north of Weinbuller now only trigger PZB 2000 Hz brake if above 135 km. LZB entry at Engelsdorf Yard fixed to prevent instant Übertragungsunfall. I probably butchered that. Corrected platform collision at Dresden Freiburger Strasse. Fixed night lighting at Gerschein Station. Fixed floating cars over the bridge at Machen Station. Fixed floating signage at Oschatz Station. Fixed snow appearing on tracks inside Dresden Hauptbahnhof and Dresden Neustadt. Fixed missing DB Hauptbahnhof signage at relevant stations. Fixed invisible walls at Leipzig. Fixed NPC clipping and navigation at Prieschwitz Station. Fixed blank service name in Yardwork is Hardwork chapter, finally. Fixed landscape anomaly in Freistadt Tunnel. BR442. Fixed an issue with brake pressure not releasing properly in the BR442. Fixed an issue with gauge light brightness not working in the BR442. Camera transitions improved to reduce clipping and allow proper vehicle to exit. Added collision to prevent camera entering the vehicle for BR442. Signal improvements. Plus, aboard the signal F now displays correct aspect. Basic signal G now supports RA12, whatever that is. Niederau signal 18A now announces next speed limit, ZS3V. Remove incorrect ZS8 trigger and Niederau. Signals near Coswig now correctly show HL7-12, except 4060. Signals now show both shunt and mainline aspects simultaneously. Dresden Riser, minor updates to localization of the route. End of session message no longer appear when going to Rotherham station from Riser. BR147 added line number to S5 trains departing Bike Dome. Added throttle button sound. Added a distance alert sound with correct logic. Shortened and improved LZB Schnarr tone. Adjusted compressor audio so cab 2 rear cab is louder than cab 1 front cab to more accurately reflect real world. Traction motor pitch now fades correctly around 50 kilometers per hour for more realistic acceleration sound. Fixed an issue when the player pressed the brake cutting button during setup. Brakes would lose all pressure even if they are fully applied. Traction lock now applies correctly when braking. Electric brake now overrides throttle when appropriate. BR147 now appears in Scenario Designer when Frankfurt S-Bahn. That's getting an update. Who even plays that anymore? It's crap on consoles. Added signage for 2000 Hz PZB magnets GPA speeds at Frankfurt TF. Added interaction for cab door blinds on Dosto cab car. Added new PZB GPA check speed signage. Reworked HV distance signal logic so they correctly announced KS signals. Fixed landscape collision at Forsham Yard so play can no longer fall through the ground. Triple header scenario now playable with classic controls. Removed overhead electrification assets on track near Frankfurt. Now I feel sick. Hang on. 423. Added missing door audio to BR423. Fixed an issue where wipers did not clear the windows. Frankfurt folder, like Frankie said. I did it my way. Fixed missing collision train at Waxback. Oh, for God's sake. Wash your back for good. Player no longer falls through ground. Magnet at Frankfurt BK6208 updated to 2000/1000 Hz. Magnet at Neuhof corrected so it no longer behaves like a main signal magnet. Various localization fixes Scotland. BR114 rear cab text color update to match front cab. Emergency valve logic separated from automatic brake for more accurate behaviour. Wiper control was remapped. Cab wipers now primary input. Individual wipers moved out to alternate input. Speedometer input animations remapped. Force movement for more accurate movement. And that concludes what's in the update, guys. Yeah, it's a big update, and I think it's needed. It's nice to see like new journeys being added for Frankfurt S-Bahn, Frankfurt Frankenbahn, Stuttgart Heilbronn, Castle Würzburg. It's nice to see memory fixes for Birmingham to Crewe and the 805 and stuff like that. It's nice to see the fixed domain Dresden Leipzig journeys, so that's now completable. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. I've been Beast Purell. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.